Designing Hand Pollinators with Miss Pavlicek.
First, students, we need to test the ability of materials on how much pollen they can pick up. And as you see on the data sheet, we have chosen a couple different materials. Foil, an eraser, cotton ball, and tape. As far as pollen, we'll be using a very common kitchen-friendly powder-like substance, something like baking soda. What you're going to do to begin is you're going to take a black magic marker and you are going to draw 4 or 5 different flowers onto your sheet of paper with a dark circle in the center.
Draw at least 3 more flowers with a black circle that's about the same size in the middle of each. You can draw your own or print the one provided in the instructions by the Science Center.
Next, make a prediction. Which of the materials do you think are going to pick up the most pollen? When you are ready to test, what you're going to do is use the universal 3-tap method. You are going to take your pollen, you are going to pick up your material, we'll start with the eraser, you are going to push it or press it for a couple seconds, 1, 2, into the pollen. You are going to hold it over the center part of your flower and tap 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then you will note and record how much pollen you think was picked up on the material and dropped down to your flower.
Now's a good time to observe and record just how well your pollinating material worked. How well did your material pick up the pollen? How well did it drop off the pollen onto another flower with the 3-tap method? Make sure you record your observations in your data table.
Then you will repeat that step with your other materials. Pick up the cotton. 1, 2. Make sure you hold your materials at the same exact height. That's very important. And again, the 3-tap method. 1, 2, 3. Before you make your own hand pollinator, we will need to make 2 different types of flowers. To do this, you will need a pair of scissors and a 16-ounce water bottle that you might have in your house. You're going to take the scissors and turn your water bottle upside down, and you are going to cut off the bottom of the water bottle just so the end, stays like it is. This bottom of your water bottle will represent your first flower. If we look at the bottom of the water bottle closely, we'll see that it resembles a flower called the poppy. It has the same shape and depth as the flower does. Our second flower type will be called the jack in the pulpit. What you'll notice is it has a very deep, long section of the flower and this curled over flap covering the top or the reproductive parts. So to make this flower, you will use the rest of your water bottle. You will place it upside down and you will use a piece of construction or regular paper. You will cut a triangle in the bottom and then a longer rectangle up top. You will then take this piece of paper with a small piece of tape and you will tape it to the top inside of your flower. You will then bend this piece of paper in half to make it look just like our jack in the pulpit. next job is to take your two types of flower and add an equal amount of your pollen substitute into the base. For this one, I'm going to use the bottle cap. You want to make sure you have a full bottle cap of pollen and pour it into the bottom. Oops.
I was waiting for that to happen. Okay, go ahead.
Let's try this again. Take another bottle cap and fill it with your pollen substitute. Take that pollen and pour it into the bottom of your bottle. Take that same bottle cap, again with the same measurement of pollen, and pour it into the bottom of the poppy flower. Now you have your two different models of your two different types of flowers. Your next job is to design a hand pollinator using the knowledge from your materials testing part of this project, and design that pollinator that will pick up the most type of pollen from the flower. Good luck, and I hope you had joy doing your pollinator activity.
Remember, engineers never create a perfect solution to their problem on their first try. If at first you don't succeed, redesign and try again.